All right, so I'm joined by Matt Fry, and we are going to do a pack and play, which you guys may be familiar with. This is my first collab, though. Matt, thank you so much for inviting me to do this. I'm really excited to do it.
Yeah, Paul, I'm excited to join you in this pack and play. I've done one so far myself, so this is new to me as well. But we're gonna rip these packs, and hopefully we come out with some diamonds, some blue in there.
That'd be nice. Honestly, even if it wasn't for me, I hope at least one of us does just to get that diamond hype going. So we're going to do 25 packs. I'm going to throw this on you here. We just started recording. We talked a little bit offline. What if we make it 27 packs and we do two headliners by one of those 75? Can you swing that? Do you want to do
Uh,
that?
I have one available because I already brought four,
Oh,
so I
yeah.
could purchase one
Yeah. I
headliner.
meant one of the two packs. Like, so if you buy your fifth and you get those two packs, I'll buy one as
Oh, it's a
well.
bundle.
Yeah,
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 yeah, yeah.
yeah.
I can do that.
Okay, cool. So we'll do
We
our
can do that.
25 lives, our standard packs, and then we'll throw in the headliners as well. Let's go
Perfect.
ahead and do that. All right, here we go. Let's start opening these packs.
All right, pack number one.
Pack
Save the
one.
headliners for last.
Yes, I'm going to do the same. And I got a silver. I got a Colton Wong. It's better than nothing.
Silver Cesar Hernandez.
Okay, so
Not
we
terrible.
both got a silver second baseman. That's kind of funny. So yeah, you told me the good trick here because I was like, are we gonna have to write all these down? But no, you just add them to the lineup as you're
Right.
going, which makes a lot of sense. All
A
right,
gold. We got a gold on the
you already got a
Asov
gold.
thing.
Dang you! Who'd you get?
And it is Austin Meadows. I'll take
Ooh,
that.
that's really nice. That is really nice.
Another team I think
I got a
has the
bronze.
possibility of winning the East, and I think it hurts me saying that, but
Yeah, for those that don't know,
you
Matt's
know.
a big Yankees fan, so you're not exactly trying to prop up other teams in the division, but if you're being honest with it, you got to acknowledge them as a scary opponent there. Geez, triple
definitely
bronze.
definitely scared of them.
So what are you thinking about? What are you thinking about the ball club with like Judge's injury, the fact that Cole may leave a little bit for his wife's for their baby for his wife's delivery. Like, where do you stand on all that? Are you nervous? I mean, you mentioned that the Rays are a competitor. Are you nervous about the about the Yankees not winning the division?
Um, well, I think this Corona thing was a blessing in disguise for that team because of all of the injuries that headline spring training. Obviously, Severino, Hicks battling injury, Judge, Stanton. So the core of their outfield, them starting or pitching, they were all hurt. There's most of them, obviously, Severino having Tommy John not be able to come back, but
Mm-hmm.
they were able to recover, and it looks a lot better now. Garrett Cole and his wife, I would totally understand
Oh, for
his
sure.
choice. I would be not. I would almost encourage that for him to, to do what he has to do.
Mm-hmm.
But the thought of him not pitching even for a month could be so impactful
Oh
because,
yeah.
like you said, 60 games, man. If you get out to a slow start, it's over with. I think because
I totally agree.
it's so tight knit here, and one hiccup is gonna hurt. And I'm pulling a lot of bronzes in
I popped a gold while we were talking. I didn't want to interrupt you. I did get a Roberto Osuna though,
that's big
so I got a little
as a
juice that
fan.
I'm excited about.
I got a Nate Lau, which accidentally quick sold. But
Poor Nate Lau. He's like, what did I do? Jeez.
nothing of importance. But yeah, the Yankees. I'm excited. I'm excited for this to be back. But Garrett Cole, I think he'll work it out. Whether it's a month or so, you got to give his wife some time. He's gonna be there for the delivery, obviously. But
Yeah, and
we'll see how it works out.
same with Trout. On the other side of the country, there, he's going to be doing his thing with his family. And again, I don't begrudge any of these guys doing that. And anybody who does really needs to check their priorities. Obviously, we want to watch the best of the best play, but real life still takes precedent. And so
Absolutely.
I have no problems with anybody doing their thing, and I fully expect them slash respect them for doing it. More bronzes
Right.
and commons. More bronzes and
I got
commons.
a bronze pitcher who's a free agent. Is Erasmo Ramirez.
He usually has some extra
And
stamina, so he's like kind of decent. How many
Yeah,
packs do you have left? I think I've been going slower than you. I bet you have more than me.
I have 19.
Or fewer than me. You have 19 left? Okay, so we actually are going at about the same pace.
I'm trying to see what I could do. You got a Greg Holland,
Oh, I love Greg
which
Holland.
could be usable at least.
Oh, I got a Jace
Josh
Fry.
Tomlin.
He's kind of decent out of the bullpen as a lefty. I got a Joey
But
Lucchesi.
nothing that blows my socks off yet.
Yeah, and so far, so, our two goals were good, though. Meadows and Osuna, they're both very usable.
Absolutely, and I think Ozuna's going to be a great piece. We got a silver though, which is definitely usable.
Who'd you get?
DD.
Oh, I
Gregorius.
love DD. That's a good pickup.
That's another team I'm really excited to watch this year. A lot of Yankees, former Yankees, with Girardi to start.
I was going to say, the
Gregorius.
manager.
They got Ronald Torreyes, who I love.
He always seemed to come up clutch for y'all. Like, he didn't play a ton, but whenever Torreyes was in the lineup, he seemed to be in the mix doing something.
Yeah, and I think that's going to be another team. I think they need a little more pitching. Obviously, they got, help me out.
Zach Wheeler.
Yeah, Zach Wheeler, Aaron Nola, top of that rotation. Bryce Harper, I think he could be a possible MVP sneak peek for the National League.
Totally agree with that. The tough thing for them, though, is they just hit that. Speaking of pitching, I totally agree with you. They need more pitching. They just had a big issue. Ooh, I got another gold. Hyunjin Ryu, let's go. So I got a lefty starter for you. Their bullpen just took a big hit due to 3 COVID cases. So
right. And isn't Robertson still battling or coming back from an injury?
He got TJ late last year, so he's not even. I don't even think he has a chance to pitch this year, to be honest. I don't think that they can push it. Oh, I got a back-to-back gold. Oh my God, it's Hyunjin Ryu again.
That is the worst.
That's amazing. Worst. Oh my gosh. I'll say
Michael Felice. I guess he's going to be a bullpen arm.
Yeah.
I'm just going to come at you with a bunch of comments, Paul.
Okay, you're just going to throw the kitchen sink at me with these common arms. We'll see how it goes.
My bullpen is full of bronzes. We got Willie Calhoun, which is not
Love
terrible.
Calhoun. Big fan of him in real life, too. Still got time. Got another gold. Oh, I got diamond. I got diamond and gold same time.
What? I'm not going to spoil. I seen who it was. I'm not spoiling, but I'm
Pete! And I got Thor in that same pack. I got double Mets. Let's go. Oh, Pete. Welcome to the squad. Welcome to the squad, baby.
So would Thor have the start over Ryu?
I think so, but I gotta be honest. I don't really do well with Thor. It's weird because he's one of my favorites in real life. I really love him. I'm bummed that he got hurt this year. I root for him. But my success with him in MLB has been limited. So I don't know.
I'm so jealous.
It depends. What a crazy pack. It depends if you pull a diamond who is like a premier lefty or righty. Maybe that will decide which handedness I use.
Right. That's fair. A lot of bullpen arms. I don't need any more.
Yeah, I don't either. I'm set.
That's all of my team right now. I'm gonna have to start putting in some of these common infielders and outfielders.
All right, I have 9 packs left plus the 2 extras. With silver, Rich Hill.
Ooh, we got a gold. We got a gold. That's something to work with.
Who we get?
John Doolittle.
Ooh, that's a good one. Oh, your bullpen. So if you can get a good starter to get you to that bullpen, it's gonna be tough sledding for me there.
Yeah, I'm excited with that one.
Ryan Healy. Just trying to get all these other diamonds and golds I had on this lineup just to get them out so I don't accidentally leave one in.
I need something else. That's not going to cut it.
Triple bronze.
That's not terrible. It's a bronze catcher.
Yeah, he can hit a bit. All right, so I've officially
gotten
another
team.
I was just gonna say I've officially gotten all the commons out of my bullpen. What team you were gonna talk about?
The Marlins. We were talking about that on your stream the other day. We kind of ran into the same idea of the Marlins being a very good team this year,
They're,
possibly a wild card contender.
they're not bad, and I think that they can mess around and cause some damage. And if everything goes right, I think they could push for a wild card. But even if it doesn't, I think they could play spoiler and cause issues for other ball clubs in that Eastern mega division. There, they could be the
Right.
deciders of the division.
Ooh, we got Marwin Gonzalez, which is a
Can play anywhere. Good piece to
play
have.
anywhere. Good switch hitter. Where could he play?
Got any room for
Play.
Josh Naylor? I don't think so. Yeah, I guess get Chris Shaw off the squad. All right, I officially have no comments. Go ahead.
So I heard John Boy run into this idea, and I'm kind of curious to your thoughts of it. So, ooh, a gold. Hold on. Who is it?
Uh-oh.
Starlin Marte.
Oh, I like Marte. He slaps.
Right. So obviously we're having the regional divisions, obviously with interleague playing those close by to them, like Yankees and Mets.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously you played 20 games. I think it's 20 per team in your division. Is that correct?
It's 20 interleague and 40 in division, so that 40 will be split among the
these
other
10
14.
each,
So
right?
10 each, and then 5 each
Okay.
against the other. Or
Okay.
4 each against the 5 of the, if the Yankees will play 4 each against the NL East and then 10 each against their in division.
But what he was saying was, in the divisional games, the AL East games are going to be much more meaningful than say playing the Nationals
Oh yeah.
or the Mets. And he was talking about the idea of maybe switching up the rotation a little bit and playing your 3, 4, 5 starters against those teams, having your aces go up against your divisional opponents
Yep.
rather than your 3, 4 starters playing the Nationals or the Mets, where it may not be as meaningful.
Yeah, you try to set that up to where those games against the Red Sox and Rays and Jays have your best guys. Ooh, got Vladdy Jr. Yeah, no, I totally agree with that. I think teams are going to be working to finagle different things like that as much as they can and as much as the schedule will allow. Now, the thing of it is we're doing 60 games in 66 days, so shuffling can be difficult, but it'll be interesting to see how they try to do it.
Yeah, and I think, obviously on opening day, if you don't start Garrett Cole, there's going to be so many question marks. You have to start Garrett Cole opening day. But in the future, as the season progresses, the idea of maybe keeping him for an AL East opponent would be reasonable.
Yeah, I'm really eager to see. And of course, yeah, they want to get as many starts from him before his wife is due. So that way, if he is gone for a while and everything, they've gotten a good number of starts. And then if he can return down the stretch, what an amazing piece that they're adding. It's almost like a trade piece at that point. Ooh,
I think Michael Kopech, 69 overall, is my starting pitcher for right now, Paul.
He's kind of nasty. I mean, he throws gas, but you're probably hoping to pull somebody a little bit better than that.
Got Dominic Smith, who could probably fit in somewhere.
I've been getting some silvers, but the offense is definitely Pete Alonso in a group of goofs. Well, Colton Wong and Aristides Aquino are pretty nice, so they're going to be able to help the squad. Now I'm trying to decide about like bench players. Do you want some speed? Do you want power? You just put the best players. Is Tyler O'Neill better than Ryan Healy? Does it matter? No. Pablo Sandoval, does he have catcher eligibility? I don't think so. Not his live series, at least. Did you get any decent catcher? Because I've got some guy named David Grullon.
Working with Jorge Alfaro. So
Oh, yeah, that's
terrible.
right. You got a decent one. All right, my first headliner, has a silver. Dang. And it's another silver. I've gotten so many repeats. I got Hyun-Jin Ryu twice, I got Joey Wendell twice, and I got Joey Lucchesi twice. That's kind of funny that of all the times to get repeats.
Right. I'm working with a minimal squad here. I think those predictions that I was telling you before we started this of the other people in my group having you blowing me out could be a reality here.
We'll see. It is one game, though, and it is on Hall of Fame. Things can happen. I did just get a triple silver pack with my last.
I got a gold. That
Oh,
could help.
who is it?
Patrick Corbin. Well,
There you
you
go.
know who
There's
your
your
face
starter.
ball.
There's your starter. And then
That
that
helps.
bullpen's pretty good. Yeah, that's actually a clutch pull for you at the very end. By the way, I got another double of a silver. Vlad Jr., I already had him. I got another duplicate. So my squad
Oh,
is set.
come on. Just pulled the gold headliner. And it's a starting pitcher, Zach Greinke. So there's your starter.
So yeah, you had Greinke and Corbin. Now, are we going to say you can pull starters out of the bullpen? We should probably set
I'm
that
not
rule ahead of
against it.
time.
I'm not against it.
I'm
It's up
fine
to
with
you.
it. It's I don't have a coin handy. I was gonna say we could flip a coin for it. Oh my god! Oh my god, dude! Oh my god! I just saw who you got. Oh my god, dude! Oh my god, dude! Oh my god, dude!
No way, Paul! I told you about this beforehand.
I know.
Guys, if you don't get the joke, everybody in MLB Marathon, the podcast we do, has pulled a Mike Trout except for my one friend, JT Colapetro. He has not pulled a Mike Trout yet, and I just pulled my second Mike Trout in a pack and play. I think he'll sit the bench.
Yeah, put him on the bench. You don't need him. That is amazing. I'm not even gonna
I'm
lie.
sorry for screaming in your ear.
No, I don't
apologize.
blame you. I would have an outsized reaction as well, dude. That is amazing. I love it. I can't believe. Was that your last pack?
Yep. Yep. I'm texting my friend JT right now.
Yeah, you
as
gotta
we
let him
speak.
know, dude. That's amazing.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Me too. Let's do it. It's game time.
And I think with that Trout, obviously it's the best live series, but you know, I have maybe not. I have a couple of golds in my lineup. I was
Your
gonna say
lineup's
the
sick,
team's looking
dude.
pretty fair.
Your lineup's
But-
sick. You got
but I
Didi
didn't
batting
realize the
8,
golds.
dude.
I don't think I really set my lineup, Paul, but we're just gonna go with
That's
it.
all right. It looks good. It looks good. All right, here we go.
Well, good luck.
Good luck to you, sir. Excited for the game. And we'll be talking about other stuff. Now, question.
Sir.
Are you playing fantasy for this 60-game season?
Yes. We actually have about 7 or 8 different leagues amongst
Okay.
all of my friends and stuff.
And so they're
But
all
yes, I am
they're all
playing.
still going?
Yeah, we have just recently started touching base on our teams again and kind of checking things out, you know, with knowing the season is going to begin.
Yeah, I love kind of looking back at some of these drafts from February and March. Like, oh, I drafted this guy. Cool. I forgot.
I am the absolute. How does this year's game work out for you? Are you a good pitcher, or is pitching your weakness?
Pitching's impossible as far as I'm concerned. And it's a little bit frustrating because I usually am better at pitching than hitting. But I find it to be so random.
Oh,
That's huge because I thought that was an automatic walk there. Yeah, I'm usually a bit better of a pitcher than a hitter, but I don't think there's really an advantage to be gained in pitching this year. It's so random. It's hard. And the part that bothers me the most, where I will levy a bit of a critique at MLB, is that I feel like the high quality inputs aren't even always being rewarded on pitching. Like when I do have a good where I hit the line and get the ball in the little circle on analog, that I'm still not getting a good pitch, and that's frustrating to me. I understand when your inputs aren't great and you're being punished for it. That's fine, you know, if they make you be precise. But then when I nail it, I need to get rewarded. So how do you come out on that? Are you as far as like hitting versus pitching?
well, for me, I'm always a better pitcher than I am a hitter,
Mm-hmm.
and I agree with you that pitching is impossible. Hitting, I've struggled with this year. Obviously, I mentioned my numbers with Trout. I'm not terrible,
Too fast.
but I feel like I could have been a lot better. Pitching, my pitching is horrible. I have like a 4 ERA when I'm used to, you know, low threes
Same.
realistically,
Yep.
and now I'm in the 4s, possibly 5s. And you know, it's funny because I have friends that have ERAs that are like a 2.5. My friend Noah,
How?
who I don't understand it, and his he's quite the opposite. He struggles with hitting.
He should make some tip videos then, because if he could teach
And you know
people to
what's
pitch
funny?
like that, man.
Speaking of tips and strategy, he uses buttons.
Really?
Right. He uses buttons to play ranked seasons, and he succeeds at pitching.
Wow, maybe that's the trick. Just moving over to buttons.
But yeah, I always tried to convert him to analog and tell him that it gave you a little more of a
Like
feeling of input,
control.
that your input matters, right?
Totally agree.
And he was like, no, no, button works for me. Buttons work for me, and they do, they do.
Yeah, it sounds like his ERA is proving that they do indeed work for him. So good for him there. I was a meter guy for a long time, and then I finally switched, and I won't go back. I do, despite the issues with pitching. I think it's an overall issue as opposed to something that's analog specific.
I agree. I was a meter guy as well,
Nuts.
and then I think maybe it was 18. Oh, he should have been at 3. He should have been standing there.
Yeah, I think you'd have
already
gotten there,
missing off
especially
the
because I
dirt.
made a bad throw.
Yeah, but after the switch, I don't plan to go back at all. What do you think the game in next gen will be? Do you think there's some things we could be excited about?
Yeah, I'm actually quite excited. Well, one of the small things, not like a major gameplay thing. I think the added graphic capability and all that will bring us more stadiums, more flashbacks, more legend stadiums. I think they'll have more leeway to do that, to where they're, because I think part of the reason that we haven't gotten any in a few years is maybe the disk capacity was filling up and whatnot. Now I'm a digital guy, so it doesn't matter to me, but I understand. Um, Graphics are incredible, so you know I've recounted this on stream many a time that my dad would walk by when I was playing and be wondering what game was on TV as if it was a real game. So graphics
Right.
are great. If they get even better on when they get even better on next gen, that's going to be insane. I'm just hoping for continued improvements in gameplay though, because they're not far from a great game. And even with some of the struggles with the pitching that infuriate me, I love playing this game, and I still look forward to playing it often.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm also even thinking about just going with my PS5 being totally digital,
Mm-hmm.
as that now is an option. So that's,
That's what I'm
and
gonna
it's
get.
cheaper. It's cheaper too. So
And
um,
I just moved in with my girlfriend, and she plays games too. She's probably gonna get the one with the disc, and then I'll get the digital only, and then so that way if something happened where it's like I had to get a game with a disc, we have one in the house. But yeah, I'm
yeah,
gonna go. I haven't bought a hard copy of a game in years at this point.
yeah. I've always, the last few I did buy the Legend Edition of the game. I got the hat I'm actually wearing in this video. I think it's from 17. So the hats are cool, but here lately I've just been going totally digital.
Mm-hmm. I I've been fortunate enough the last 2 years SDS has sent me the hat as part of being in the content creator program and everything, which is cool. Because I've also think that they've been two pretty dope hats. I've really liked the last 2 years.
Was that Pete Alonso?
That was Pete
There you go.
opening up with a big dub.
I like this pull. Genius.
Yeah, I like Aquino a lot. Got him in the 3 slot here. Can do some damage with a runner in scoring position.
Definitely possible. But the Diamond Granky, I am filthy with him.
He's so gross. I look
I
forward to
think
Diamond Grinky every year.
he's like 7-0 with an ERA under
All
1.
right, I'm
and that's gonna
challenging
be a
you,
long.
Trout. No, I'm not. I chickened out.
I think you would have had it.
I think
but
I would have
I'm
had
okay
it
with
too,
that.
but I chickened out. Now I'm going to have a ground ball double play and get murked. I'm
That's
already
always
worried about it.
That's always the worst.
Come on, Doge. And there it is. Called it.
That
Beat it
man's
out.
got
Beat it
some
out. Beat
speed.
it out. Beat it out. Nope.
That's clutch. So yeah, I think you would have had that run. You would have
I
had that
know.
run.
And I guess we kind of lose sight maybe a little bit at times of just how impactful sports are. I know sometimes they're seen as frivolous and a bit trivial, and I get it in the grand scheme that they kind of can be, but a lot of people's livelihoods are tied to them, and we take them for granted. So then to have everything shut down like this has been tough, and minor league baseball just fully canceled That's a tough pill to swallow, and it's going to have repercussions beyond this year because everyone's losing a year of development.
Yeah, not only that, but there's some talk about a lot of affiliates, short season
Yes,
A affiliates that won't even be coming back and will be gone.
I know that was big talk in the off season about slashing like 30 teams and whatnot, and yeah, it sucks, and minor leaguers are underpaid already. That's a problem that they need to address. There is going to be a new collective bargaining agreement after 2021, and I worry it could be even more contentious than than these labor negotiations were when we saw for the restart of during the COVID era here.
Yeah. And I think a lot of the reasoning, obviously, with health concerns, but they can barely fill a roster when there's a 16-man taxi squad for each major league team. It's hard to get anyone on the field, even if they tried.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that 1-0 prediction can hold life.
It really could here. We could be in a pitcher's duel. We both ended up getting some solid gold pitching. We each have a superstar hitter surrounded by some decent
Trout
players.
out there in center.
Trout's ready to handle it, and that'll do it. Threaten, but do not score. We go to the bottom of the second. Greinke, Trout, Marte. Or top of the third, excuse me. Hello, I'm the home team. I'm a doofus.
What do you think about speaking of Greinke, he's one that can hit. What do you think about the universal DH this year?
I'm all for it. Primarily, it all comes down to the fact that the pitcher injuries that we see because they're hitting just aren't worth it to me. I understand the special moments of a pitcher going yard, Bumgarner 2 homers in a game, Colon hitting his homer, all that. That stuff is fun, but I'm more than willing to sacrifice that to avoid Jimmy Nelson busting up his shoulder, diving back in, Masahiro Tanaka getting hurt, Chien-Ming Wang almost effectively losing his career, Charlie Morton ripping his groin in his year with Philly when his emergence might have come a year earlier if he didn't lose that whole season because he was starting to show some things with them. So I'm all for it. And here's the thing. Teams could still have, Diamondbacks could still have Bumgarner bat if they want. That's really up to them. But they don't train for it, and they're paid too much to focus on pitching. It's not worth the risk.
I agree. I completely agree, and I think that it's something that they're thinking about keeping as a permanent thing further, going on. I think that they should. Did I foul that off?
Yeah.
I thought that was strike 3.
I thought so too. I thought you were gonna swing at it. I thought you swung at it too late, but you got a piece of it.
But yeah, I'm all for it. I think it makes a lot of National League teams so much more better. I mean,
yeah, really.
That didn't sound right, but
Yeah,
yeah, like the Reds.
That's exactly what I was gonna mention. Yep, go ahead.
Castellanos. I mean, Moustakis. They can rotate there. There's so many.
Or even Aquino himself,
Flores.
the guy who I have on my team. He was looking to.
I don't.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. I don't. He's not even on the player pool. Why is that?
That's what I was gonna say. He was gonna go down to the minors initially. So wait, did they not put him on their 60?
I'm not sure, but the original pool that they came out with when all the teams announced it, he was not on it.
Wow. Oh, I know when we were slated for a regular normal season, he was going to be sent down. But now that he has an opportunity. Oh no, he is. I see him here. He is listed on. He did make it.
That's weird. I was hearing a lot about him not being there.
But yeah, he's a perfect DH. Castellanos is really a perfect DH because he's not a good defender, but he can rake.
Yeah. We've seen what he did over there in Detroit.
And then joining the Cubs and going off.
Right, and being familiar with the National League now.
Mm-hmm.
Plus getting a little more comfortable with having a DH spot every once in a while. Speaking of the Tigers, a lot of talk about your first-round pick in Torkelson getting some time up there in Detroit.
He made the squad, just because with having 60 players, there's enough room to kind of have him as a just-in-case thing. expect him to be playing, but you never know. This whole season is going to be so bizarre that, hey, it could happen. I love the pick. I was a Nick Gonzalez fan in the draft, like big time. His numbers at New Mexico State were wild. They were influenced by the environment. I know that he's not, that good of a hitter. Go look him up if you guys don't know Nick Gonzalez's college numbers. They were silly. But I knew he wasn't really Nick Gonzalez. I knew he wasn't really a 1-1 overall type of pick, and that it really wouldn't make that much sense. Good strikeout. So I figured it was going to be Torkelson or Martin, and I'm really happy with Tork. He's a great hitter. We need hitting in the organization. I like how they announced him as a third baseman too. He'll probably find his way back over to first base, but it doesn't hurt anything to announce him as a third baseman and give him a shot over there. He has enough athleticism that he could handle it.
Yeah, I'm excited, and I think they may not be the only team that tries that out. There's a lot of teams that are going to give their draft pick a spot on that 60-man.
We've seen some pitchers, especially because some of those college pitchers are the most ready to contribute right away, at least out of a bullpen. I think Reed Detmers made his club. That would be for the Angels. I can't remember the White Sox guy's name. They drafted a lefty as well. Is it Garrett something? I don't know. Hang on, I'm gonna look it up. Multitasking.
I'm still in shock about me pulling Trout. Like, I'm sitting here.
I know, it's so. Did you get responses from your friends yet?
I could take a look. I'm not sure.
You struck me out again.
Oh, I did. So you might call me crazy for this take, and I mentioned it on the podcast, and a lot of people, they didn't think it was terrible, but it was a stretch.
Let's hear it.
So, obviously the favorites for MVP in the American League, we're talking Trout. Ohtani's got a lot of praise, being able to play on both sides of the ball. But I'm going to the American League East, and no, it's not a Yankee. And this is crazy. I have Bo Bichette as a possibility.
Okay.
And I love his bat, and that's the reason he's got good defense.
Mm-hmm.
He batted like 330 last year in so many at bats.
And he was
small sample size.
He was ripping doubles though. He's got everything in his game.
This kid can hit, and that team overall is going to be very good.
I like it. And what I like about it is because with this 60 games, wild stuff is going to happen. Like somebody might even be hitting over 400 for most of it. There's another homer.
Is that staying fair?
Yeah. 2-0. Dang. Didi. Didi's a god. I'm so good with Didi cards. But yeah, I like it as an off the radar pick a little bit there for Bo Bichette. I can totally see it.
Another tough question for you. Do you think the Astros are favorites for the West? Or is that not a tough question at all?
No, I think it actually does have a little bit of toughness to it because I really like that A's ball club. I think they are still the favorite, but I don't think it's an overwhelming favorite at all. I think I would push back against anybody who has them as like a slam dunk, can't touch them type favorite. I think that, yeah, they're the favorite, but Oakland's right there. And then even Texas and Anaheim are competitive. Like, they're not great. They both have flaws, particularly LA with their pitching and Texas with some of their, probably the second half of their lineup. But they're both competitive. So, yeah, I don't think Houston is the odds-on favorite. I mean, they lost an ace in Cole. He's just gone. And so their rotation, Verlander, Greinke at the top is incredible. But it kind of thins out after that. Is Josh James gonna hold up? I'm a big Jose Urquidy fan, but he's still a risk. Framber Valdez was going to be one of their guys, but didn't. I think he got a PED suspension. Lance McCullers is coming back, but we know his health has always been problematic. By the way, it was Francis Marquez that got suspended, not Framber Valdez. My bad on that one.
I know you're a big Justin Verlander guy.
I am.
But how much do you think he has left in the tank?
Still think he's got plenty. We haven't seen anything to suggest that he doesn't. Now, he had a little bit of an injury concern prior to the season here, back in March. And the thing of it is, once you kind of get past age 35, health can fail you instantly. Like, there doesn't necessarily have to be a gradual drop. It can just be like you just can go right off the rip. So that's a little bit concerning. But beyond that, nothing in Verlander's skills has had any sort of issue to make me think that he can't be amazing. And I'm a Verlander homer. Let's get that on the table. But I don't think that people could look at his profile and say that I'm wrong in any way, right?
Right. I don't disagree. At one point in the podcast I had him for Cy Young, um, but I'm not sure. Another. Speaking of the Astros, while on the topic, do you think the absence of fans to begin the season helps the Astros at all, especially away, or
I
do you think
do.
that that's not going to affect them?
No, I do think that um, because even with fans, I think the heat was going to die down a bit from everyone hating them, but they would still be there. And then once people kind of get back into it, they would have started booing them. But with no fans, I think the pitchers are going to be less inclined to like be throwing at them and silly stuff like that. So yeah, I think it's a help for them. They got, you know, you never like want to frame. And I know you as a Yankee fan probably dealt with this because some Yankee fans were like, oh, Corona helped us because of the injuries. You don't want to frame it like that. This pandemic has not helped anybody. It's been a nightmare. But you can't deny that time that has passed has taken some of the heat off of the Astros. And I think that they are going to have a little bit of an easier time because people have kind of moved on from it a bit to where they're not losing their minds. If that was a good hitter, that might have been out. But stupid NCRT can't hit. Do you think that, or do you think that they're still going to catch a lot of heat, the Astros?
I think they're definitely better off, especially to start the year, because I thought that was going to be a big distraction. And with the short season, you don't need any other distractions with all the protocols and all of the testing and all of it to get on the field that you have to do.
Mm-hmm.
I think it helps that there's not that fan interaction there or that pestering that they would do in the stands. But
Yep.
I'm not so sure how effective they would be by it, because to be honest with you, when I seen some of those interviews from Bregman and especially Correa, I don't think this is anything of importance to them. I think that they regret it, but I'm not sure how. Like, I just got a totally bad vibe from those interviews, and I think a lot of people did, but I'm not sure it bothers them as much as it should.
I hear you. I wonder if it's because since they're in the game, they know that maybe what they were doing isn't quite as rare as we might think it is. Now, they were on a higher level of cheating than we've seen, right? That's why they took such a fall, because we've seen other stuff in the past, but never to this degree. But I wonder if they just think, hey, we're kind of just doing what a lot of teams are doing. We just happen to get caught. No skin off our backs. We get booed anyway on the road. We'll be fine. I think where it was really going to maybe present a problem was if the pitchers did take it into their own hands and start throwing at guys, which I wouldn't agree with on any level. Look, I admonish them for cheating. That's not good, but you can't just start hucking baseballs at people because you're mad at something that they did. That's the classic two wrongs don't make a right.
I agree. Another thing I'm extremely excited for, speaking of the fans, with the absence of fans and the mics on the field, how much player interaction
Oh, I know.
and the little things we don't hear that we're going to be able to hear this year.
Mm-hmm. Do you remember this game also came under an ugly circumstance, unfortunately, but when there was the Baltimore issues with the riots and whatnot, they had a game in dead silence between them and the White Sox. That was such an interesting watch. We'd never seen anything like that before.
I mean, there's a lot of talk about mic on the players permanently in the future. Are you against that, or are you all for it?
As long as the players are bought in on it, I'm fine with it. I mean, I imagine that perma mics would be something that some players would push back on because they talk about all sorts of stuff.
Scouting reports,
strategy
that's
stuff,
one thing.
especially.
If you can mute the mic or
Yeah.
do something, and mic on when you're on the field, but if you're talking about a pitch sequence or something along those lines, turn it off. You know what I
Yes,
mean?
exactly. That would be the only pushback to it is you can't have anything being spoiled to that effect. Good
How
pitch.
about the extra inning rule this year? That's going to be
I'm
pretty
not a
interesting.
huge fan, but I will say, yeah, the Ghost Runner thing, I actually am pretty vehemently against it. But did have a friend who said that his buddy is a minor league announcer, and they had it, and that it was a pretty rousing success. Everyone loved it. It was a lot of fun. It generated excitement. So I will at least come into it trying to have an open mind and saying, let's at least see how it's executed. But at first blush, I'm not a huge fan of it.
When you say Ghost Runner, so are they not going to
No,
put
no, no.
a
Someone's
body
gonna
on
be there.
top of?
I've been calling it Ghost Runner just to meme on it. No, someone's
Oh,
gonna be
okay,
there.
okay.
It's whoever made the
I was
last out
confused. I
before
thought this was
the inning.
taking me back to the young
Yeah.
days when I would play baseball and we'd have a Ghost Runner
You
on
don't have enough
first.
players, so yeah, it's Ghost Runner on first. No, there will be real players there. I'm just being a goof.
This Granky is, I
He's
think
dealing.
Granky, any kind of Granky you give me is dealing for sure.
I think it's, you know, everything has wiggle to it, and his fastballs don't come in super fast, and they move, and so it's just he's damn hard to hit.
Yeah, dotting with
Stupid Granky.
91 is
Yeah.
fun. I have to say that.
And you are dotting me up. Need to get some offense going. At least get on the board
So
here.
tomorrow's a big day, and obviously camps start. A lot of people, well, camps have started. Workouts for some teams began. I know the Yankees start on 4th of July, so
Ooh,
happy birthday, America.
yeah.
But MLB Network is having a 7-hour MLB tonight, covering all of it. You're gonna be tuning in, right?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Can't
The
wait.
adrenaline is running. Like I keep turning on MLB Network because I think MLB Central came back today. I'm not
Oh,
for
I
sure on
missed
that.
that. It auto records for me though, so if it is, it'll be on the DVR.
But I normally watch from my phone. Ooh, is that
That might drop for a
Trout?
double at least. It's not going
Trout?
out.
Let's
Oh
go
wow,
Trout.
Trout's a god. I was thinking
I
at
didn't
best a
see it on
double.
the yeah. I didn't see it on the schedule today for MLB Network, but they did record. They did have an episode,
All
so
right,
I
well,
think that's back.
I will have
But
to check that out.
tomorrow is going to be a big day on MLB Network. So
Yeah, a 7-hour extravaganza. I'm sure the guys and gals who work over there are just desperate to get back to something legit.
I did like the unique episodes where everyone's doing something from home.
Yes, me too. It was cool.
You got a little taste of maybe some personality or
Mhm.
some things you don't see when you're in studio.
They're trying to make it work best they could, and I think a lot of outlets and shows did the best that they could with work from home stuff, as far as like recording live shows and whatnot. So I think that was kind of cool.
I agree.
Jace Fry pitching well. Maybe I should have gone him early. I told you I'm not great with Thor. I had to use him, especially because he had Trout. I couldn't let Trout get a lefty, but
Yeah, how many innings did he throw? 6?
he threw 6. Or no, he threw 5. I took him out with
Five?
with
Yeah, you've had almost 20 pitches with Chase.
yeah, Vlad Jr. pinch hit for him. So he went 5 innings, 4 runs, 2 hits, 5 strikeouts. Not a bad outing, but I don't know. The confidence, when you went yard, I was like, yeah, I kind of knew that was going to come at some point. I just don't have a lot of confidence with him. Oh no,
That's fair.
that's bad.
I think that's still a good outing.
Yeah, absolutely. You can't get too mad about 5 innings, 2 runs. I'm still in the game,
Right. Especially, speaking of, Granky's not gonna give me much more, and I got Doolittle to end the game, but
Who's
in
in the middle?
between those, there is nobody, Paul.
Oh, is that right?
There's a couple 70s, but there's no one in the middle.
That could be my chance to catch up. But
That's-
time's running out. I mean, we're going bot 7 here. I've only got 9 outs to mess with. I need a couple runs to stay alive.
Yeah, and I'm obviously gonna save Doolittle for the 9th, which I'm not good with Doolittle, by the way. That's another good opportunity for
Ooh,
you.
okay. Might have a
I'm
chance.
horrible. with Doolittle.
I love Doolittle cards. That Oakland one this year is awesome.
Yes, I am good with that one, but this live series is yikes. This has been a close game, just like I expected it to.
Yep, you were calling for something close. One of your friends said 1-0 for me, but you've got a 2-0 lead here as we move through the bottom of the 7th. I think we each have the same amount of hits. Yeah, 4 hits apiece. You just happen to have 2 yaks.
Yeah, I'm gonna have some words with my friend who had you blowing me out.
I know. Someone said 8-0. No way. No
8-2
way.
or 8-0, and I was like, man. And I think he's got a little bit of sour taste in his mouth because him and I always play friendlies, often, and he's 0-4 the last 4 against me.
Oh,
So I think
he just
wants
wanted
see
you
me
to lose. Yeah. He's just rooting against you a little bit.
I told him that I made him a promise that I would let him win after I won 20 in a row. So I'm on a 4 streak.
16 more, and then you'll give him a free dub out of pity.
In the last game, we had a bet going. The bet was I'd buy him 67,000 stubs, the $50 worth of stubs. And if he beat me, he had to give me a written song, by him, no ghostwriters, of why the Yankees are the best team in the league this year. I haven't heard it yet, but when I do, I'll make sure to let you hear it.
Yes, I do want to hear that. That's amazing. That's a great bet.
And by the way, I did win, so I'm getting to hear that song.
That's a great bet. I love that.
Greinke's getting a little tired here.
Come on, JT Riddle. Nah. Terrible PCI placement there, and that's going to do it.
I'm going to try and push him 8. I think I'm going to try and push him 8. I'm going to leave him in.
He's right on the cusp there. He is going to bat, so...
If Didi comes out swinging and gets a double, I may second guess that, but...
Maybe I should just let him get a double. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Greinke,
We'll see.
how many strikeouts you got with Greinke? 5. 7 innings, 4 hits, 0 runs, 5 strikeouts, 1 walk. He's pitching very well. Very Greinke-esque.
Yes. Anything else you're excited about this season that we haven't talked about?
Just kind of seeing the craziness of it. Like the fact that there's going to be guys who we don't expect that are in the league leaders for different categories. Some of the guys that we don't even expect right now to play, there's going to be some who are going to be impactful, right? Because their team hits a rash of injuries. So somebody who's like at the end of the taxi squad ends up finding himself in a role. Maybe he's like a forgotten former prospect. He gets a chance and he does something big. And I'm eager to see how all that plays out. Just the wildness and volatility of the season has me very excited. Jeez, Didi. He might get that double after all. No, I got it. Good thing for an NCRT.
Yes, I agree. I kind of want to get your thoughts real quick on what was I going to ask? Just kind of brain fart. Give me a second, I'll think of it.
No problem. I'm also excited to see not just player individual stuff, but team-wise, because I think there are going to be some teams who compete that we definitely didn't have as major competitors, such as
he
put some juice into it, such as like a Blue Jays team, the White Sox, the Padres. I think this 60-game season favors some of those teams.
Right.
Or not favors them, like the good teams still are favored, but it helps change their potential outcome.
So, what I was going to say is I don't think it should count towards the record books at all.
Really?
But in the 60-game season... Wait. Oh,
I thought you were going to say the whole season shouldn't count.
Oh, no, not the season.
The
season should count. It goes towards a title. It's legitimate. But as far as individual stats, do you think there's a possibility of someone hitting 400 this year?
Yes. And I don't think it'll end up happening because if they're, hitting over 400 with a few weeks left, 3 weeks left, the scrutiny on every at-bat and everything will be so intense That's why I think Joe D's streak won't be broken, because it'll just be too much to deal with for somebody. Same with hitting 400. And I don't say that, I don't blame the person, but having that much attention on everything you do is intense. And when it's every at bat for a long period of time, I think that's a big deal. So no, I think somebody will have an opportunity. Like it'll be a potential deep into the season, but in the end, I don't think it'll happen. And if it did happen in the record books, they would have to asterisk it and make sure that people understood that it was a remarkably shortened season, because that is not nearly the same as Ted Williams doing what he did.
I agree. I think it could be done. Obviously there's the likely people of maybe an Altuve or Tim Anderson, Yelich possibly. But is there anyone that we're not really thinking of at the top of my head that could? Bo Bichette was an example I gave earlier.
Yep.
He's someone who hits for high average.
Luis,
someone we're not really thinking of.
Luis Arias on the Twins is a contact machine. He hit for some great average last year. I think he can do it again and even possibly chase down 400.
That's a good pick as well. Not someone I wasn't thinking of. But yeah,
Another guy.
He's like
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
He's like a slap hitter, almost like an Ichiro, but just a totally different form,
He just puts the ball in play with crazy consistency. Another guy who's always been a low strikeout guy who makes a ton of solid contact is Andrelton Simmons. Now he's never really hit, for any crazy averages, but you got to look for somebody who doesn't strike out a lot. Ideally, they would have a little bit of speed, like Arias and Simmons don't have a ton of speed, but they're not lead foot either. So they would have an opportunity. But there's going to be a lot of guys. You know who's a good one? Who doesn't have any speed, but he's an amazing hitter, is Justin Turner. That dude rakes all the time, and he always has a big run during a season. Injuries have been a problem for him in his career. But with a 60-game season, he only needs to be great for 2 months, and he absolutely could be.
Speaking of the Dodgers, that's a team that is scary this year.
Their depth is dumb.
The Price addition, I think, will be nice.
Mm-hmm.
It's just going to be filthy.
Good take. Yeah, I agree on both counts there.
I think someone on the podcast, I don't remember who, and I'll have to track down who said it, but I think someone had the Dodgers not winning the West.
Really?
As crazy as it may sound. But is it crazy, though, in 60 games?
No, that's the thing. In 60 games, it's not crazy because stuff happens. And, the best example, and it's an outlier example, but we know last year in the first 50 games of the season, the Nats were 19-31. And they're a really good team. Obviously, they ended up winning the World Series. The Dodgers' depth should keep them from something that bad, like a 19-31. But it could, all it takes is a 10-day stretch of not really doing well, and all of a sudden, Arizona's in the driver's seat or something like that. So yeah, I absolutely think it could happen. If I'm betting, then I wouldn't bet against them. I would pick them as my favorite. But I might have you.
Oh, that was close.
But yeah, it's possible. I don't think it's crazy to say, especially in 60 games. For some reason, by the way, Osuna cannot put the ball where I want him to. It's driving me nuts.
One team I think is really going to struggle in over under 30 wins. I'd go under, and that's the Red Sox.
Yes,
and that's
I agree.
no bias there.
I don't like them.
But they've lost a lot via free agency, sale, battling injury. I mean,
yeah, their pitching
there's
sucks.
a lot of holes. Yeah. Is that going?
It's not going. I mean, it might drop, but it's going to be a run either way. Oh my God, are you serious? Are you serious? Oh wait, you sent him back. Oh no, you're still gonna score. Oh wait, oh my God. Go back. I'm not gonna get you. Go back. You got enough wonkiness.
Oh my God. Base running in this game. He was all the way around to third.
He was basically at the plate. Why didn't he score?
I sent them back because the guy from second was trying to go to third, and I knew I was out. I sent back both players. That's all right. That's all right. I'm gonna come up with a hit here.
Base hit scores too.
That was miserable.
Yeah, that was a comedy of errors, as they say. I don't know. It started with Aquino even dropping it. What the heck was he doing? Catch the ball. I mean, you would have scored the run automatically there as a sac fly, but like, what the freak was even happening there?
I'm
Oh,
glad I'm glad I'm glad no one got out there because Doolittle was just chilling on the bench. He wasn't even warm.
oh yeah, that could have been problematic. All right, here we go. It's game time.
But he's still cold, I think. So.
Well, you
And
can do
before
it. Well, yeah, that's right. You can't do a mound visit because if you come into the game, then he will be. Well, but you didn't take Greinke out, so you can come in, do a mound visit, and then bring Doolittle, and he should be warm.
Is this Alonzo? What's his number? I think they're not.
And we got 2, 3, 4. So I mean, I'm set up the way I want to be. Got work to do though.
I'm gonna leave Greinke in for this at bat.
Sticking with Grank. Good pitch. I was gonna jump first pitch too. I was like, I'll be a little patient, but that was a good one.
I'm gonna share my numbers with Doolittle before I pitch with him because they're pretty bad if I recall. But yeah, at 100 pitches, this is gonna be his last at bat, regardless of the outcome.
He's pitched brilliantly. Let's send him off with a homer.
That'd be nice. Oh. I'm okay with.
Come on, Pete. Come on, Petey. Oh my God, nasty. I wasn't looking for the changeup, so even though you hung it a little, it was still a good pitch because I was looking elsewhere.
Here comes another. Oh,
there
that's horrible. That's not a great start.
All right, tying run. Doolittle versus Aquino.
Let me share his numbers with you.
Let's hear these numbers.
Just for giggles, they may be good, but I recall them being really bad. Oh, it might be the 88 that I'm horrible with because I don't have any.
Oh, okay. So
nothing.
The Oakland one you're struggling with. Okay.
Yes. The Oakland one is not the best for me, but this one I've never used, so.
Oh.
That was the pitch to.
I thought I was tying the game there. Got a little out in front of it.
This is so risky.
Double play instead. Son of a gun.
Alright, one more. That was supposed to be, it didn't even go where it was supposed to go. It was supposed to be like right at the hip, inside.
Mm-hmm.
But it was high. And
I went fishing.
It worked out.
Come on, Doge. Oh. Challenge pitch. Great pitch there.
Yikes.
You're gonna drop a. Wait, what?
That was a ball.
Got one back. That would have been funny if they called that one a ball too.
Take.
I know you're throwing me that heater. You're trying to gas me to finish it.
Oh God.
Splitty, good pitch. Good game,
Great
man.
game. Great game.
2-0, tight game, 2 homers, does the damage. The big trout pull.
Dude, the trout pull made my day.
I mean, that was so sick. That was so sick.
Greinke did his thing. He's got to be playing the game.
Yep. So even though he went 0 for 4, now you get to sell him and get the crazy stubs. But that was awesome. Let's go through the box score here on my end. We had a few scattered hits. Yeah, I wish I could have cashed him in on that one. At least get a little something going there. But that was a great game, man.
Greinke was a story.
Yeah, he pitched brilliantly. He kept me off balance.
Definitely close. And I have, again, I have some words for those that thought I was getting blown out.
Let them know, and don't forget to rub it in that you pulled that trout to your friends.
I will absolutely do that, and I'll get back to you on the response. But I appreciate you doing this with me. This was a lot of fun.
Hey, man, this was great. Take care. We'll get together in the future for some other stuff, too.
Absolutely. Thanks again, Paul.
All right, take care.